plane, ready to go.
Going to Honolulu.
And stop in Honolulu. After being awake for 26 hours, we finally arrived in Shibuya, Tokyo, where we had to navigate the busiest intersection in the world with all of our luggage. We had heard great things about the grocery stores, convenience stores, and vending machines in Japan, so we rushed to see what we could find. Some crazy looking treats and snacks, and Google Translate, Google Lens definitely came in handy to help us read what exactly we were buying. Brian discovered we were able to use our transit cards to make purchases with the vending machines, so we gave that a try.
That's cool. It gets bigger.
Our objective on our first day was to explore the Shibuya neighborhood, and that's exactly what we did. We wandered around and came across a capsule toy shop. This machine had characters from one of Brian's favorite anime, so he got one of those.
Hey.
Then we moved on to find some yummy food and drinks. Day 2, we circled back to a cute little coffee shop we saw on day 1 called About Life Coffee Brewers, and it was a vibe. At the train station by myself, because I squeezed onto the train and Brian didn't quite make it. We saw these sugar-covered strawberry sticks being sold practically everywhere, so we just had to get one. Japan is known for their different types of animal cafes, which we knew, but as we were walking down the busy shopping street of Takashita Street, we saw a man holding a baby otter, and we just couldn't resist. So we paid the fee, we suited up, and we got to hang out with these little critters for about 30 to 45 minutes or so. It was awesome. So many restaurants in Tokyo, we actually found it pretty difficult to choose a place, But we stumbled upon this chain called Torikizoku where everything is only 360 yen, which is so cheap, and we felt like we found a really good spot because we were the only foreigners in the place. Next, we headed over to the Golden Guy, which is a district of alleys known for their teeny tiny little bars that only fit about 6 people at a time. Again, it was hard to choose, but we chose based upon a Google search, and this is where we ended up. It's called Albatross. Next was our Mount Fuji bus tour day, and Brian wasn't feeling great, but we tried to make the best of it. This little town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that is tucked up in the hills, but the weather turned very suddenly, so we ended up running back to the bus with the rest of our tour. At least we got some snacks out of the deal. At this point, we've been running pretty hard for a few days straight, so we decided to take it easy this morning with pour-over coffee in our hotel room. Then we found a little cafe, did some light shopping, and found some yummy gyoza. Gyoza for 2. And here it's sizzling.
Yum. That looks great.
Next day, we tried and failed to get an early start for the Tsukiji fish market. The inner market was known for its famous tuna auctions, but unfortunately closed in 2018. But the outer market remains with lots of vendors and food stalls.
That eating raw eggs here is very safe.
In an effort to try to see the famous Japanese cherry blossoms, we went to Ueno Park. The cherry blossoms were a bust. They just were not blooming yet, but we did get to try this dish called okonomiyaki, which is a sort of savory pancake with cabbage and eggs, mayonnaise, and barbecue sauce. Neither of us ended up being a fan of this, but we were glad that we tried it. This is the Kaminariman Gate, which leads to a shopping street that leads you all the way up to the Sensoji Temple. It was very beautiful, but it kind of felt like one of those Instagram versus reality moments with how many people there were. We found this little dessert shop where the owner helped us figure out what kind of sake we like. And he also grilled up this piece of cheesecake for us. This is his creation, and he was so proud to share it with us. We are pleasantly surprised by the amount of people who are dressed up in traditional kimonos. It is surprising to see. We had dinner reservations at the Dawn Avatar Robot Cafe, and this restaurant started out as a social initiative to allow people who are paralyzed or bedridden to have full-time jobs. So each of the robots here were actually manned by a real person in their home, and it was a different experience than we were expecting, but all around it was lovely. The food was actually really good. Boarded the bullet train, and that was a little more stress than we would have liked. But we're on and we're moving, and we have about 2.5 hours to Osaka. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. The train stations during rush hour were absolute madness, and it was pretty exhausting trying to stay out of people's way and remain respectful. So I don't know if the energy comes through the camera here, but it was crazy. Moving on to calmer activities, we finally arrived at our hotel in Osaka, and it was beautiful. Then we got dinner at the long-awaited Ichiran Ramen chain, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. I mean, look at how beautiful that looks.
So if you fall, if you touch the ground?
No, only outside. I thought it was only outside of the ring.
No, he put his hand down and that was the end.
What?
Seems a little bit spiky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. What's up, guys? Hey. Back. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's the common.
Okay. But
You're taking everybody off.
keep them moving. Yes. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Transfer. I don't know John runs to.
Do this already?
Yeah.
This is Osaka Castle. We got tickets ahead of time online to be able to skip the line and see the museum that's inside. There were lots of historical artifacts and pieces of art, and it made us realize how much we don't know about Japanese history, but it was really interesting. This is the Dotonbori neighborhood in Osaka. It is well known for its bright lights, big signs, waterway, and street food. We finally got to try the dish we've been waiting for, which was takoyaki. They're little fried dough balls with octopus in the middle, and they were pretty good. Also, shout out to me for booking a hotel 0.3 miles from this hotspot.
It's creamy and good.
Delicious. Okay, we're here at Nara Park and we have our cookies.
Yep.
We're gonna feed some deer. Apparently they bow. We'll see if we can get them to do that.
We've seen a few do that already. It's pretty cool.
Our first full day in Kyoto, we got an early start to head to the Arashiyama area. There are some lesser visited temples north of Arashiyama Park. We missed the bus to where we were trying to go, so we hoofed it. This was our highest step count day of almost 25,000 steps. In heaven yesterday with the deer, but now we have monkeys.
Yeah, this is cooler. Hi, buddy. Your hips fit a little bit better than mine, I think.
Cheese coin.
Cheese pancake.
Cheese pancake.
Very warm, but really good.
And our view right now.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. Ramen.
Croquette ramen.
Croquette ramen. And I got a half ramen. And the biggest pork bun we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Here at Fushimi Inari Taisha Temple. It's the 1,000 Torii
gates. We got here
Pretty
early,
cool.
so it's not very busy. Just really nice.
Our next activity ended up being my favorite. We got to dress in traditional kimonos and take part in a Japanese tea ceremony and learn about all the symbols and a bit more of the culture. What's it called?
Natto. Natto.
I'm gonna try natto.
Oh, it's not good. It's bad. I wasn't expecting it to actually be bad. -10 out of 10. That was horrible.
Back to the pork bun he goes. Tried and true.
Marry me.